everybody, Yxlarb here, and we're here with my first walkthrough on this channel in a long ass time, Sonic Adventure DX, or Director's Cut. This game is based, well, it's not based off anything, it's basically the GameCube port of the Dreamcast version of Sonic Adventure, the first game in the series, which there's only 2 of.
Options. You can customize various options. Select a character.
Is happening. What's up?
You are completely surrounded! Surrender yourself! Lock on target, men! Ready? Fire! Oh no! Our weapons are useless! Retreat! All personnel, fall back!
Oh yeah! This could be fun!
So we start off the game with a boss fight against Chaos Zero, as we can see here. Right there in the cutscene, you might have noticed that they made you jump into the rings. The reason they do that is because if you lose all your rings and you're down to 0 and you get hit one more time, that's a life lost. You die at that point. This is a really easy boss fight. You just gotta hit the head of this beast whenever it's glowing pink like that. For this third and final hit, he's gonna jump up there and all. You won't be able to get him. Just run around down here. It's actually a really easy boss battle. I'm not too big of a fan of jumping right into the middle of the action at the start of a game myself, but it is what it is. It's not as good at explaining the premise of the story, but we'll get into that here soon after the next cutscene. But anyway, at the end of each one, you'll get your time, rings, score, and your total rings at the end of each stage/boss fight.
Come on, you big drip! Where you going?
You know nothing, fool! It's Chaos, the god of destruction! Ha 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 ha!
Watch out! You're gonna crash! Ah! Tails! Ah, what am I gonna do with you?
Alright, now we're in Station Square, which is an adventure field. This is kind of a unique Sonic game in this way. You can talk to the citizens of this city, nice and easy. They usually don't have anything too interesting to say. If you want to know exactly what to do or get some sort of instruction, go up to these monitors. Welcome to Emerald Coast, which is actually the name of this first stage, an action stage. Yeah, we're wasting no time. We're getting right down to business. Now, with Sonic, basically your objectives are really easy. You always, whatever the stage is, you just have one very simple objective and you just go for it. It's that easy. Real easy. All the characters have their own unique stages and objectives. Sonic's is the pretty basic, standard Sonic game stages. That's basically the only way to describe it. But anyway, as you saw there in those cutscenes, we thought that Chaos Zero was going to give us some sort of unique plot in Sonic, but no, Eggman was behind it again. Nothing different there. And then Tails, for those of you who don't know, is Sonic's best friend. And that's it, yeah. Obviously, this is based off of Sonic X, this story is, but it is different. You don't have any of the human characters like Chris or Mr. Tanaka or anyone involved. It's just Sonic and the gang. And now we've got this, I don't want to say what it is because I'm afraid I'm going to mess up what it is. I believe it's a killer whale, but I don't know. Don't quote me. I'm no zoologist or anything like that. Now here we go. This is a pretty easy stage. The first stage always is. We're just trying to see what's going on with Tails. Save him if he needs it. Obviously he had some sort of plane trouble. We're going to figure out exactly what it is. So here we are. I've been wanting to do a walkthrough for a long time, as you guys know. I mean, I posted an update months and months ago, before summer even, saying that we were getting back into it. We had all our equipment and everything, but we had so many technical difficulties. I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of bad luck Bosniancheese and I had getting back to this point we are now. It was just plain ridiculous. Now, I'm no speedrunner by any means, but you'll be seeing me taking a lot of shortcuts. Not necessarily shortcuts, but I'll be making things easier on myself. So for example here, this isn't really the faster way to do it, but if you spin dash and then jump, you can skip a considerable amount of stuff. It's not necessarily faster there, but there's a lot of places where you have to wait for platforms or something. This just makes it a whole lot easier on you, right? So here we go. I really don't bother with the enemies. I mean, I don't really feel like they're much of a threat. I mean, I almost always go through levels without touching a single one unless you need to hit them to proceed, but that's it. So there we go. I'm not going to worry too much about my ring count or my time cleared. This is just a walkthrough. I'm not going to try to do perfectly at each stage. But anyway, there you go. And every 100 rings you get a new life, and we have 7 lives down there in the corner as you can see. Really simple.
Yeah, not
That was
bad.
level C completed. And 1 emblem.
Hey, Sonic! Long time no see, huh?
I'm just glad you're okay. What happened anyway? You're too good of a pilot to just crash like that.
That was a test run using a new prototype propulsion system. It's got a few bugs to iron out.
Why not just use my plane, the Tornado?
Thanks, but you gotta check out my newest power supply. Ta-da!
Whoa! A Chaos Emerald!
Yep, I just happened to find one of the 7 emeralds during one of my test flights. This thing's got unlimited power, So I figured, why not use it to power my plane? Supercharge! You gotta come over to my workshop, Sonic. I've got something I've gotta show you. It's in the Mystic Ruins. The fastest way is by train. Let's go!
Alright, we finally got ourselves a break from the action. As you saw there, we unlocked the Tails story mode, so now we can play through the story as Tails. Now, let's go over some things first. The map. The map is usually pretty basic. It's not the most helpful thing in the world, but it can be kind of easy to get lost because a lot of the station square looks similar to the rest of it, so here we are. Tails said to go to the train station, which is just labeled as station there, so that might be kind of confusing, but it's really not that hard to find. Before proceeding with the story, since we finally have a break in the action, we're actually going to explore a little bit. As you can see, this way is blocked off now. It doesn't tell us anything new. We just can't go over there right now. Actually, part of Station Square is also blocked off. But basically, here we are. This is a hotel. Let's read this. From now on, the casino is only open at night, so we can't go over here to the casino area. We don't really got too much here for you. Up these stairs is something we can't really deal with quite yet. Here you've got 2 elevators, one of which you can actually enter. Now, as you saw at the end of that last mission, it said level C completed. Level C is the base mission. You don't get to do missions B and A until later on, so don't really worry about that. And emblems, you receive 1 for each mission completed, etc. So here we are. This is actually the Chao Garden, which is a little side kind of fun feature in Sonic Adventure in the Sonic Adventure series. It's kind of a staple for it. Honestly, one of the most popular things ever. Now on a separate file, whoa, that was bad. Sorry about that, buddy. In my separate file, I guess I already started up a Chao account, so that explains why there's one here already. But this is actually going to be the shortest of tutorials, just because I don't want to come back later, and because the Chao Garden can actually be useful in more ways than just taking care of Chao. So basically, Chao are these little creatures that are in eggs. There's 3 ways to open them up. From their eggs, there's 3 ways to make them hatch. You can either throw the egg, simply wait, or shake them softly like I just did, and then they'll come right on out. So there we go. Cute little things, whatever. These eggshells, these half the eggshells that can actually be used, can be put on them at a later date. Just whenever they're ready. They'll accept it. They have to be the ones to choose to put it on. You've got 5 stats: swim, fly, run, power, and stamina. Stamina you can increase with these trees. Fruit grows in these trees, or nuts, or whatever you want to call them. You just shake the tree to make them grow faster, otherwise you wait. This is a pretty nice looking place. Kind of reminds me of, like a daycare, being in the hotel or whatever. You read this. It's the transport machine. If you put a Chao on this machine, you can take your Chao for a walk. Pick up your Chao and jump on the red button. So let's just pick one of them up. It doesn't really matter which one. Go right over to it. It looks like a Game Boy, doesn't it? That's actually kind of a hint. If you have Sonic Advance for the Game Boy or Game Boy Advance, you can drop off your Chao into the tiny Chao Garden where it can do extra things. And pick up is where you pick it back up from there. Unfortunately, I don't have that, so I can't show off this feature. But I'm not going to be going too in depth on the Chao stuff. Just bear with me. Here you can pick a name for your Chao, which I'm not going to do, but I'm just showing that off just in case you guys want to. You can say goodbye, which actually gets rid of your Chao. You can have a maximum of 8 Chao in the Chao Garden. So basically saying goodbye, the Chao leaves. That's it. It's kind of sad. They play sad music, so I have a hard time doing it, and I've never actually done it. So yeah, the last option is quit, which is what we're going to be going into because there's nothing else for us to do. Now there's a couple things here. You got the black market over here, where you can shop for items. The more emblems you have, the more items that are available to you. Right now, these are the only 4: mushrooms, cubicle or square fruit, round fruit, and dark fruit. Nothing too crazy. You can sell items such as fruit and nuts, as well as those eggshells that came off of the Chao. So we'll leave that. And then we've got one more thing. If it would just load up a bit. Oh wait, no, I think that's the exit. See, I never know. I gotta read these. Welcome to Chao Stadium, home of the Chao races. Yeah, this is the right way. I always get those doors confused. So here we are. We got the Chao races. We've got beginner races and party races, which is multiplayer. I'm not going to be showing off this feature, just pointing it out that it is there. And then that's basically it for this place. There's only one more thing to check out besides this thing. I've never actually read this one. Here you got hints for all the Chaos. I mean, there's a lot. And I said Chaos. It's actually Chao for plural. Many Chao are just Chao. So there you go. There's a lot of hints and tricks here. So if you don't know something, look it up there. That's your tutorial right there. That's it for the Chao Garden. You got these things here, which there's nothing of use at the moment, but these are the warp holes. You can easily go to gardens you have previously been to. You may bring Chao and eggs with you as well. So basically, we now know that there are 2 other Chao Gardens that we'll be able to use to transport to. And Tails mentioned that the train is the fastest way to get to the Mystic Ruins. That can actually be debatable. I've never, timed each way, but you could go into the Chao Garden and transport to the Mystic Ruins, which also has a Chao Garden, to get there quicker potentially. Up to you. Do whatever you need to. Now here we are in Station Square. We got the train station over here, and you got this ball, which is actually like your hint thing, kind of like a Zelda-esque hint system. So there we go. Now we know what's going on. This is Twinkle Park over here. You can't do anything with it at the moment. It says cute couples get in free, but that's a thing for later on. Here in the sewers, we can't do anything as Sonic. We can just mess around down here in some dirty water, if that's your thing. Whatever. And then if you go over here, you can't access this area, and this will tell you why. Staff only, please show ID card. And of course, we don't have an ID card, we're not staff. We can't go into the other part of Station Square, which consists of the City Hall area. So, it doesn't really explain why, but basically it just wants you to go to the Mystic Ruins and do nothing else. So actually we're going to do that. Now, do I like this whole, how would I describe this whole free roaming aspect of Sonic? I actually do. It makes it, I don't know, more interactive, more kind of RPG-ish, even though it's very, very linear. Now, if you read here again, from now on, the casino is only open at night. This is another entrance to the casino. You can go in from the hotel or from the train station. So, sometimes it's probably faster to go straight from the hotel, sometimes train station. I mean, unless you're a speedrunner, it doesn't really matter all that much. It's a difference of a few seconds for us, so whatever. Now, the Mystic Ruins is its own adventure field. Let's get to exploring it. First of all, let's take a look at the map. Trucks are kind of those things that are on little train tracks. That's what those describe. You got caves. As you can see, there's Tails' workshop. That's probably where we want to end up going. But first of all, I'm going to do a little bit more exploring.
Tails' workshop should be around here somewhere.
You can talk to the people here. I don't find them all that interesting, so I don't, personally. But here we are. This is where one of the trucks would be. Unfortunately, we can't access this area yet. So let's jump down here. Now, there's a secret right off the bat that you want to look at. So up there, you can see there's something there. A round-shaped thing. If you go over to this little thing and push it inwards, that will push out whatever that is, and it will start floating towards you. It actually takes a little bit to get over here, so I'll just cut to when it gets here. Alright, and it's here. And once it gets over here, oh, having some trouble here, you can pick it up. And you're probably wondering what this is. This is a silver Chao egg. You can bring this over to a Chao Garden and hatch it. And actually, that was going to be the next thing that I show you anyway, so why don't we just take it right on over there. The Mystic Ruins are not that big. As you can see, Tails' workshop is up there. And then over here is the end of the Mystic Ruins, basically. It's a very small area. Nothing in there for us at the moment, but if you take this quote-unquote truck, you can go into the second Chao Garden, which is, is discovered so soon. And now, as you saw in the first Chao Garden, we discovered 2 Chao living there. And the same story is actually, it's actually the same story for this place. You have 1 and 2 Chao eggs. So for each Chao Garden, and we know there's 3, you get 2 Chao for free. So you have 6 to begin with. And as you can see here, we can transfer ourselves to the Station Square Chao Garden easily. So this is what I'm saying. It might be faster than the train just to go directly into the Chao Garden, especially if you're working on Chao anyway. So now let's actually hatch this puppy, just so you can take a look at it. There are several hidden Chao eggs in the game, and don't worry, I know where they all are. Now I want to make this clear, this is not an all emblem run. I'm not going to be trying to get every emblem in the game. I'll show off bonuses later on, but I'm sorry, I keep not hearing my Chao. But here you are. You got a silver Chao now. Pretty cool looking, huh? I wonder if they're actually made of silver. I wonder how that works. I don't know. We won't get into the genealogy of Chao. let's just go back. So there we go. We're able to transport between the two areas now, and now we have another potential 8 Chao we can own because you can have a max of 8 per garden. So there we go. Let's go back.
The train headed for Station
Alright.
Square will be departing soon.
Now we're actually going to go meet up with Tails, like we were meaning to for a long time. I apologize if this video is a bit longer than you prefer, but that's how my first episodes usually are, so.
If it isn't Sonic!
Look, it's a giant talking egg.
Silence! I am Dr. Robotnik, the greatest scientific genius in the world!
Whatever you say, Eggman.
Enough! I've got big plans, and now I'm gonna put them to work!
You're always up to no good. Now what do you want?
I want all of the Chaos Emeralds! Better not interfere, or else!
Or else what, you big loser?
Or else I'll take them from you by force! The hard way!
The next boss fight. This right here is the Egg Hornet. I always kind of like the Eggman boss designs where he basically just uses his little aircraft there and just attaches parts to him, and then you got a whole new enemy. Kind of a limitless amount of boss battles, really. So he'll just be shooting missiles at you here for a while, and he'll eventually slam into the ground like that, and that's your chance to hit him. 3 hits and he's down. Really straightforward boss fight. Basically just as easy as Chaos Zero. Basically use your spin dash and jump out of the way. It's really impossible to get hit by those missiles. I mean, he made some of the most dysfunctional missiles I've ever seen. Just absolutely worthless. And there we go. That's twice. Just one more time. I guess this is kind of the second phase of the fight. Basically all he does is just shoot extra missiles. Just a few extra waves of missiles, but just as easy to dodge each time. And he slams into the ground again. You'd think he'd learn by now. I mean, this is going to be the 3rd time. You'd think he'd learn not to do that. But there you go. And that is the end of the Egg Hornet.
Hey, I'll play with you some other time. Well, that wasn't so hard.
Aha!
Oh no!
Come on, Chaos! Time to eat!
Chaos? Oh no, isn't that the same monster I saw the other day?
Oh, yes! It's just as the stone tablets predicted! His strength increases every time I feed him a Chaos Emerald! With all 7 emeralds in him, he'll be invincible! And work for me! Together, we'll destroy Station Square! And on its ruins, I'll build Robotnik Land, the ultimate city, where I will rule it all! Come on, Chaos! Let's find another emerald, shall we?
Sonic! We can't let him get away with this, can we?
No way, Tails!
Without more emeralds, the monster can't transform, so it's it's up to us to get the emeralds before Eggman does, huh?
Alright, so there we go. As you saw, the Chaos Emeralds are being used by Eggman to power up Chaos, that monster we fought before, Chaos Zero. And now, I know traditional walkthroughs of this game don't usually incorporate all the Chao stuff during the actual story. They usually cover it all in a bonus episode. The reason I'm going into it now is because a lot of the secrets you find about the Chao and secret Chao eggs and all that, they kind of help explain the story a little bit, and they also make it easier than, you know, hiding the Chao the whole time, you know what I mean? You'll be like, oh, that cave, that goes somewhere. It's just easier to explain exactly where it goes and show off the Chao now than devote a whole video to it later. Plus, there's that whole shortcut aspect, you know, transporting directly from one Chao garden to the next to get to a place faster. In my opinion, it could be faster. I don't really know, though.
Tails' workshop should be around here somewhere.
Now, if you go to that ball again, it just tells you to go back to Tails' workshop again. And we will be going there in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this part. It's been a long time since I've done a traditional walkthrough again, and I've never played this game fully. I've actually never beaten this game, interestingly enough. But I'll explain more about that later on and why that is. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.